The ideas and opinions expressed in the Black Shirt podcast are not necessarily the ideas and opinions of our sponsors.
Hey, we're back!
Hello, and welcome.
Welcome to the Black Shirt podcast. I'm Clint.
And I'm Dirk.
Yes, and we're back.
And Dustin's here.
Yes, we got Dustin. Nobody puts baby in the corner, but we did today. We've got a hell of a show. We're going to be talking about... What are we going to talk about, Dirk?
We're definitely going to talk about Chris Pratt getting yelled at by the internet.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Cade Skywalker.
There's a cat Spider-Man now.
Who the hell's Cade Skywalker?
Who knows? No, I didn't know, and as I'm someone who should.
Wouldn't that be a spider cat?
It depends who you ask.
Yeah. Screech?
I don't know his preferred pronouns.
We're going to talk about we're going to talk about about going Toobin. What else are we going to talk about?
Oh, man. We definitely have a new Mandalorian trailer.
Yes.
That's big.
Ooh, that is big.
We're going to talk about MODOK.
Dude, it's only 10 more days till the new Mandalorian.
Probably the first time anyone's talked about MODOK since 1997.
Is it MODOK the devil from Anne Rice?
No, that's Mordok.
Oh, my bad.
That's the one you've been saying all day.
All day.
Mordok.
Day.
Hello, underlying chaos.
All day, day. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, first we got to tell you.
First we have to beg for likes.
Yes.
Please, God!
Because we need 10...
Please!
We got to pay for the internet to keep this show going. So, you guys...
All of Clint's gear is really expensive.
Like, share, subscribe.
Follow us on Instagram.
I will make my hand come off.
Facebook.
Oh!
I will do a ghost cup.
Yeah.
Bam.
Oh, I love ghost cups.
Follow us on Instagram. On Facebook is really always ask about MODOK. You don't ask about MODOK.
Yeah.
Follow us on Facebook's really where we're getting a lot of traction. Follow us everywhere. Be a pal. Hey, Angie's here. Hi, Angie.
Yeah, hey, Angie.
Good to see you. Dustin.
Woo, she said, Dustin!
Nobody has talked about MODOK since the fucking 80s. Hey, what a weird villain. We're not there yet. We'll get there. What's first? This one's yours. This is your fave. You did this to us. You're the one who fell for this fucking chain letter. And now we have to talk about it on the show.
That's right. Another sad loss this year.
Yeah, 2020 really...
Fuck 2020. That's
what
really
I'm saying.
And I wanted to dedicate this show. Where are you?
To Dustin Diamond.
Yes, Screech. Saved by the Bells.
He's fine.
Screech is fine.
Totally okay.
We looked it up. We found a reliable source.
I feel like every year this comes around. Every year. He's one of those guys that's like, who's one of those other guys that dies like every year and you're like, or like B. Arthur.
Yeah, the New York Post, we found a reliable source reported that reports no, Saved by the Bell star did not die. But yeah, you were right. Every single year, I'm like, dude, Screech died?
Wow.
That sucks. Whoa.
There's a bunch of those guys though. Like, who's the other guy? There's another one that you're like, who's the other Corey? Corey Hart? No, Corey Haim. No, Corey Feldman. Feldspar. Yeah. He is one of those ones that like
Michael Jackson.
Every other year, it's like Corey Feldman dead at 47, and you're like, no, he's not. He's on the internet screaming about pedophile rings.
Yes.
And then but that got, whatever.
Way to bring the tone down, man.
Hey, I didn't do it. Did you see that crazy like band set that he did with his Angel band?
Yes.
Oh God, insanity.
Dude, speaking of kitty stuff, we got Spider Cat.
Kitty stuff or kitty stuff? Kitty. That was good. Oh, that
kitty.
Was good.
That was a segue.
Hey,
Get
it's Chris Clink, long-time listener.
What's up, dude?
First-time caller. That's funny. Yeah, in the new Spider-Man game that's coming up, Spider-Man Miles Morales. This was a big shocker for me. No pun intended. Spider-Man villain. I didn't know that you were. I watched a video. There's like a trailer. There's a clip. Grant Morrison posted it because I guess he's doing some of the storyboard for the game, and you get a cat, and I think you can customize the cat's face mask.
I read about it. It's like one of those bonus characters you can get.
Right, but he'll like extend your combo. Like if you're fighting a guy, he will meow and like get him, and that's kind of sick. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure this guy's gonna get a spinoff.
Dude, he's
gonna get a Funko Pop. He's gonna get an action figure. He's going to get a breakfast cereal.
A Lego character?
He's going to really steal the show from Miles Morales, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But this game is... I have... Actually, the Spider-Man game that they put out before this is the only game I've ever completed 100% in my life. Every single item, all the achievements, all the crap. And it took a long time, but the game is just so fucking fun. You find yourself just swinging around.
A long time. One of my favorite games was Toobin.
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah, Toobin was really fun.
Toobin. You guys ever heard of that? Is that a topic that's up for discussion pretty recently?
No, not that Toobin.
This guy.
Oh, come on, man.
That's not the Toobin.
That's the wrong Toobin.
This is not the Toobin you're looking for. We're looking
Let's
for
get his face off of there.
That's the guy.
Come on.
You guys all heard about this, right? We don't have to bring it up.
No, I'm already tried to. That's the Toobin I was talking about.
Oh yeah, that's Toobin. But yeah, that guy. Boy, poor bastard.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have like a worst week ever.
That's the
should
worst
we have a
week
worst week ever segment where it's like, guess who's having the worst week ever?
That guy won.
Chris fucking Toobin. Hey, have you ever jerked off in front of 20 people by accident? Me neither. Because that guy did for sure.
Dude, I have a friend. I can't say where she works, but I have a friend who that happened in a Zoom meeting that she was in, and in real life, and I can't mention any of that the details.
But we talked about this earlier.
Yeah, but I could tell you, like the person had to get fired, and like how do you fire somebody? There's what's funny is that there's so many rules and
there's no universe
HR
where you don't get fired for jerking off on camera. I'm sorry,
but it's just... like. But it really is.
I know it's 2020 and all, but we're not there yet. It's just not happening.
It's like, are you sure
you're fucking fired?
Are you sure this is what was happening? And you're like, yes, we're sure. There's a lot of witnesses.
Yes,
like,
you're literally on camera. It's recorded. But what's fucked up, and I brought, and I'm not defending the guy by any means, but it is very clear that you don't jerk off at work, right? And if you get caught jerking off at work, you're definitely 100% fired. But all this work from home shit that we've got going on in 2020, I have like muscle memory that tells me like home is safe. Jerk off as much as you want. This is literally, this is the place, this is the venue for it.
This is where you do that.
Yeah, this is where you do that. So like, maybe fucked up. And,
you're giving the guy a pass.
You took a fucking, what is that? What was it that Roseanne said she took? Took a fucking
an Ambien. I took an Ambien and I didn't know where I was. It's weird.
I just started jerking off. J&O.
Well, in fun, kid-friendly news,
that seems like a really tough sell. Let's go. What do you got?
Let's talk about
something else.
Patton Oswalt.
Random
obscure villains. How about that?
This is the one this is where we're at MODOK.
Now we're at MODOK.
So for those of you who aren't familiar with MODOK, he is I'm gonna say the dumbest Marvel villain besides Rainbow Racer.
Yeah.
You got like Rainbow Racer, and then you've got like Squirrel Girl, who's not really a villain, but she's also stupid. And then you have MODOK, who is he's some kind of like computer chair, and he's like he's a really tough character to describe because he's a giant head with little baby feet and legs.
You're describing me right now.
Yeah, yeah.
I should have been cast to be the live action MODOK.
I think I'm pretty positive he's an Iron Man villain. Like that's his original, because he's hooked into AIM. I think he was like the central computer for AIM, and he became sentient, and then he like took it over, and he's powerful. He's not like a weak villain, but he's just such a stupid one that it's really hard to take him seriously.
Yeah.
I think DC said you cannot make somebody dumber than Mr. Mxyzptlk, and Marvel was like,
"Oh yeah, hold my fucking beer and watch this." But yeah, you're describing Patton Oswalt. Yeah, well, guess who they got to voice the guy? So this is going to be like an animated series. I don't feel like it's a kids show. I think it's more like Robot Chicken, where it's like an adult animated show. But I'm not positive. Patton's been getting a lot of work lately. He might have also killed his wife. Who knows? There's a conspiracy theory about that. I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but there's like a bunch of people on Twitter that are like,
about what?
Patton Oswalt killed. They think Patton Oswalt killed his wife because he had a wife die.
Oh, it's terrible.
Like a year ago.
Yeah.
And then there was a bunch of people on Twitter that were like, "Hey, tell us about how you killed your wife, though."
That's
and
terrible,
like,
dude.
Gnarly shit.
Dude, the internet are a bunch of fucking assholes. For real. Like, we'll get into that later,
too. We got plenty to talk about on that.
But yeah.
We watched the trailer for this, and it looks really funny.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
And I guess that's like the good point of it is to take a character that can't be taken seriously and make a comedy show out of it. That seems like a good move. But I just don't see a lot of hype coming from MODOK.
I think they're gonna make it, dude. If they go Lego movie, you said like Robot Chicken, it's gonna be fun, and
it'll be fun.
and all those Lego movies are fun. As long as it's fun, it's gonna do well.
But I don't think they're gonna. We've talked about this. I think Marvel's really just like shotgun tactics, like pointing at the wall, shoot it, and whatever sticks, we'll give them a fucking miniseries. Like, DC's kind of getting that way too, but they're hitting it harder, I think, because like Stargirl is definitely an obscure title, but they've made a very, very good show with like serious canonical repercussions that like
Stargirl's good, man.
It kicks fucking ass. It's so good. So like MODOK, I'll give it a shot. As one of the like 9 people on the planet that have heard of MODOK, I'll give the show a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like the other thing where it's like nobody knows what this is, so
we
you
can
can
do
whatever
you
the
want.
hell you want.
The James Gunn effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 'cause he gets away with murder.
I have it on good authority that the latest Spider-Man game, it's not new, just newest, is amazing. So
No,
I haven't played it.
Best game.
It's really good.
The best game of the year last year for sure. Literally the only game I've ever 100%ed. I've done every single quest, every mission, unlocked everything.
Awesome.
Because it's just so fun. Like you never feel bored. They did a really good job of making the travel power, like you're moving from one area to another. That's fun.
Is that the one that they use? Like, I mean, it's almost like Google Earth. You're like really walking around the city. You could find.
I've found restaurants
that you've been to.
Yeah, I've been to in New York.
That's super cool.
And you can go to them. And they also do that with all the Marvel stuff. So like the game is really cool because you're still Peter Parker, so you take pictures all the time.
Right.
And a lot of the pictures that you take are stuff that is like Easter eggs for the Marvel universe, like Doctor Strange's house.
Oh, cool.
Is exactly where it's supposed to be. The Baxter building, the Fantastic Four, their building is exactly where it's supposed to be. Like all of those little things that you see in comic books, like Hell's Kitchen is part of it's in the game. Like you can see like where Daredevil hangs out, you know? It's pretty sick. I have the DLCs too, the Silver Sable, Black Cat.
I thought that said dicks, not DLCs.
I thought it said dicks too. I rolled the dice on it. But it's just a fantastic game, and the story is also so fucking sick.
Cool.
Like you fight every Spider-Man villain, you fight Dr. Octopus, and like you deal with Aunt May. It's like the game does a really good job of like making you feel like Peter Parker, where people are just stressing you out all the time.
Yeah,
and you're like, bitch, I'm trying to save a motherfucking city here from from like a lizard man, and they're like, yeah, but you said you would volunteer at the community shelter on Wednesday, and it's Wednesday. And you were supposed to be here 30 minutes ago. And you're like, fuck. And that's the game. And it's a great game for that. Like, it's really cool.
You're pretty much an overextended superhero teenager.
Yeah. And like, if you only had like rent, that's the only way that it would make the game like more authentic, is if you were like, hey, you forgot to pay your rent. You got evicted. Game over. Because that's a very Spider-Man thing to happen. Like, fuck, I didn't pay my electric bill, so I don't have any electricity. And I have to fight Electro tomorrow. So
well, now you got all the electricity you want.
Right. So
that's funny
stuff.
Angie asked what your shirt was.
Well.
What is Clive?
Clive is a bar in Austin that you should never go to because it's terrible. I only wore it because I'm a member of the FSG, also known as the Free Shirt Guild. And if you have a shirt that didn't cost you any money, you can't retire it. You still have to wear it. Don't go to Clive Bar.
I got this sweet shirt at it says I
borrowed the
got
shirt
your
from
back.
Frank, see?
I've got your back.
That's a funny one.
Yeah, it was $8 at Walmart. All right.
Oh, so now we're at the good stuff.
Now we're at the good stuff.
This is the real hero. You haven't seen this, have you, Dustin?
No.
We're gonna check out. We got 10 days.
Come on in.
10 days till the Mandalorian season 2, and we have the latest trailer. So we're gonna check this trailer out and sit here in the corner and salivate. And
I would say this is a Black Shirt exclusive, but we can't because
No,
it's for educational and referential purposes only.
I'm bummed. I thought this was the new Ethan Hawke joint.
Yeah,
It's about to come out.
but it will. When is Ethan Hawke gonna be in a Marvel movie? That's what I'm.
Oh, he's coming.
Oh, Chris,
They're gonna do
what do you think?
He's gonna do Vandal
Who
Savage.
could he
He'll be
play?
Vandal Savage.
Vandal Savage.
There
that
it
would be
is.
a good one.
Mm-hmm.
What about a Gambit? You think it'd be?
He's a little old.
No, he's kind of old for Gambit.
Yeah. And where's the junkie? Who's the junkie X-Men character? I feel like that's him. He plays a great junkie. Like, not really, but like
he can grow a pretty wicked, scraggly beard. Maybe he
Yeah.
should be like one of the scraggly beard.
What do you think about him as Green Arrow in the DC universe?
not terrible. I think
Only in a Dark Knight kind of way.
I would have to like.
One-armed
I'm
Green
talking about
Arrow.
Justice
that's the
League 2.
best. I would have to really put some thought into who's going to play Green Arrow. If you could get Sam Rockwell right, he might be able to.
Maybe Charlie Hannon.
Who's he?
The guy that was in Sons of Anarchy, the blonde-haired guy.
Oh
Ooh.
no, you know who really would be good? You watched Justified, right?
Mhm.
Win Duffy.
Woo!
That would
Yeah,
be perfect,
all
right?
right.
Would you
Or-
see the mustache and the
Mhm.
hair and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of it? Yeah, yeah.
Steve Amell would be really
Who's
good.
Steve Amell?
He's the Green Arrow on the CW.
Oh, the guy that already plays.
I got you.
See, he's not that good. Where's the stash?
Yeah.
I need a stash.
What's Fred Asparagus doing these days?
Fred Asparagus. That is
I
a name I have not heard in a long
In like 3
time.
episodes, I bring him up.
beer.
Dude, I bring him up all the time just in case Dave's watching.
Yeah.
I always. That's Dave's favorite actor.
Fred Asparagus.
Um,
Mine's Sam Rockwell. Walton Goggins also.
I
He's
dig it. I'm
Very
with you.
very soon.
well,
New.
let's get into this trailer now.
Let's do it. Here
Let's
we go.
do it.
It's gonna
'cause-
be easy money.
all right, you ready?
I already saw it. You watched it too, but Dustin hasn't seen
Boom.
it.
Maybe.
Boom, though. There we go.
Oh yes. Hey D.
I'm here on business. I need your help. I've been quested to bring this one back to its kind. If I can locate other Mandalorians, they can guide me.
This is no place for a child.
Wherever I go, he goes.
Suck it, nerd. Bonk.
Yeah.
Hey, let's hang out with Horatio Sands.
Yeah.
Like it's 1993.
Oh yeah. And Apollo Creed.
Here we go.
Right. Yeah, it's
yeah.
jetpack time, bitch.
The Mandalorian. New season streaming October 30th.
That's
only
right.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I don't think I would have believed you if you told me that my favorite show is going to have a UFC star, Chubbs from Happy Gilmore, and Horatio Sands, and then a baby version of Yoda. That was going to be what took over the world. That Baby
Yeah.
Yoda, I would die for Baby Yoda in a
Yeah.
heartbeat. It wouldn't even. My maternal instinct kicks in when I see it, and I'm like, don't even think about it, motherfucker.
Don't mess
I
with
will
the,
gouge your fucking eyes out. Don't you lay a hand on Baby Yoda. I hate too that they're gonna name Baby Yoda eventually. They're gonna be like, it's not Baby Yoda, his name's Frank. And you're like, that's fucking stupid.
Hey,
Go back to
Clink.
calling him
Clink.
Baby.
Back to your.
I saw
you
Sam
see this?
Rockwell is the best actor.
Dude, if you sleep on Sam Rockwell, you just need to see that movie where is it called Moon?
Oh, Moon's one of my favorites.
Oh my god.
What a
Yeah.
film. Moon, he's amazing in that. He's amazing in Galaxy Quest, which
Yeah.
is top
Ooh,
top
so
5
good in
films for me.
Galaxy Quest.
What a fucking cast in I could talk about Galaxy Quest forever.
For days.
But then also he was really good in Charlie's Angels as a
Yeah.
as a villain. If you need a skinny dancing white guy, you got 2 calls. You can call Sammy Rock or you can call Walton Goggins. Those 2 guys can battle to the death for skinny white tap dancing dude. And it's just the same thing. Like if you need like a really like highbrow, like check your fucking bullshit black dude in a movie, Don Cheadle. Every fucking
Ooh,
time.
nice.
He's always the guy. He's perfect. He's a very no nonsense, like very typecast, I guess is the word. But he always plays this like, no, I'm not taking any of your shit. I'm here for a reason. Fuck off. Don't tell me how to do my job character. And that's like, he's just spot on. He's always good. That's why Iron Man 2, they said, fuck whatever his name was, Hustle and Flow dude. And get out of here. We don't even need you. We'll get Don Cheadle. And indeed they did. And it was better. And everybody prospered because of it. Don Cheadle kicks ass.
Don
was-
Cheadle is badass.
I think they should make a movie.
He's the goat.
I think,
Mhm.
yeah, he's the goat.
Literally,
I think
he
they should
played the
make a
goat.
movie where Gary Oldman plays. It's just Gary Oldman and Sam Rockwell, and they play every single character
Oh,
in the movie.
that would be cool.
They're like character actors, and they just like run
Yeah,
the game.
and
everywhere.
before Seymour Hoffman died, you get Philip Seymour
oh,
Hoffman.
he's good too. Yeah.
Throw him in there. Making it rain. Buckets. From fucking Along Came Polly. God, so good. That basketball scene is just goddamn top notch. And I have so many people, Sandy Carlisle, that's his name. People tell me all the time, they're like, you remind me of Philip Seymour Hoffman, specifically from Along Came Polly. Not as a person or an actor, but just, what did I say his name? Sandy Coleman?
Dude, I
Son-
just
Sonny
threw
Koufax?
this picture of Katie Sackhoff because I found out she's that's Starbuck from
Right.
from Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, blonde lady from Battlestar.
She's gonna be in She's going to be in the Mandalorian season 2.
Ooh.
So yeah,
As the one that had the dark saber.
yes.
What's
What
her
is
name? Kettle
Ahsoka
Ka or
Tano?
something?
Ahsoka Tano?
Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
No, that's Ahsoka.
Oh,
Fucking.
that's so.
Oh, god damn it.
The
Now.
queen, the heir,
Ahsoka.
the heir to the.
Yeah, I can't
Right,
think-
the one with the dark saber.
Yeah.
I can't remember her fucking name now that you said Ahsoka 3 times. It's
She's
gone-
rad and
That's Rosario
Longmire.
Dawson.
It's gone forever.
Ahsoka is Rosario Dawson.
She's rad and Longmire also.
Yeah,
Oh, I've
but
been wanting to
she's
start-
fantastic. Like I love her.
Yeah.
She's
I've
the
gotten
best.
like 3 episodes deep in Longmire and I can't get past it.
She was a little
I
bit
want to.
terrible in Batgirl.
Oh, wait, the for Harley Quinn, or what was she? What was she?
She was-
Batgirl?
she-
Oh, the Batwoman.
Batwoman, not Batgirl.
Batwoman.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, but yeah, she was a.
Was she the one that got shit canned and they hired the other?
She
girl
had
to
a
be
really
Batwoman?
bad. She had a really bad English accent. It was terrible.
Right, and they canned
It
her
was
and they gave another actor the
terrible.
role.
Yeah, she was her sister, I think, or
Right.
something. She played another role. But anyway, it was yeah. But she's fantastic. They got Rosario Dawson. They got so many good people coming in, and I'm hoping that Sabine is going to be in this. Like Ahsoka
I'm really hoping.
has
That,
got Sabine rolling around with her. I'm hoping they put her in there.
I hope that they
she's
do
a Mandalorian.
what they were talking about with fucking. What's the guy that's Winter Soldier? It's a 3-letter word.
Sebastian Stan.
Sebastian Stan. Sebastian
Yeah.
Shaw. Sebastian Shaw is who fucking
The Hellfire Club.
Anthony
he-
Mackie
that,
is
that
Falcon.
could be who did we talk about earlier? Mustache. Guy Ritchie. No. Who's that fucking guy you said? The actor that you were like,
This is the whole
yeah.
the
I
whole
love-
podcast. We just all went senile.
That's a great name for a podcast.
Talking about
The
Charlie
senile
Hannon?
podcast.
No, we were just
Oh.
talking about him. Who's the guy that I said he played a good heroin addict? I said he played.
Oh, fucking Ethan Hawke, man.
Yeah, you get Ethan Hawke to play fucking
Sebastian Shaw.
Sebastian Shaw from the fucking. They got Kevin Bacon for
We'll
it.
throw
You really
up
gotta.
we'll throw another clink. Fuck yeah, Goggins.
Legendary actor.
Yeah.
He's just really good. He's got a new movie out called Bronco Man, or something like that on Hulu, where he's the guy that pitched the Ford Bronco.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
And it looks really great, but I feel like there's like I have certain times where I can watch stuff and I'm like I need to be like focused and pay attention to that movie when I watch it. So I feel like I can't passively watch that one. But I feel like it's gonna be really good.
Well, dude, they got a Cara Dune spinoff that they're talking about doing.
Right, and this is Gina Carano's character from The Mandalorian.
Yeah, this is all in just talks. They're spitfiring. They're like he said. They're
But they've
trying
been
to.
talking about it for a long time. They said this is, I think, first heard about this like last year, like 11 months ago.
Well, she was such a badass that they were like,
yeah.
"This is a perfect female hero character," and she's got you. You could tell she's been through
Well,
some
and if
stuff.
there's
She's
one-
complicated, but
If
we
there's
don't know.
one thing 2020 loves, it's a strong female spinoff.
Yes, and
It's literally-
for all the complexities of her character,
They,
you
like,
don't
make
you
shows
don't
now.
know all of the backup.
They make shows now so that they can do a strong female spinoff or reboot of it later. They don't even
Yes.
make the show for making it
I
anymore.
feel like she's like the real life Xena.
She should be. She's
She-
such a badass.
Yeah, if they did a Xena reboot, they for sure should have her.
Yeah, she would kick a lot
Or
of
just do like a
ass.
Xena movie.
Yeah,
Or like daughter of Xena.
right.
Kevin Sorbo
Nina.
and what's her name got together and Gina
God,
Carano
Kevin
was the-
Sorbo's doing all those like Christian movies now.
Yeah.
He's doing like What If God Came Back Too.
Yeah.
What the hell is her name? Lucy Lawless.
Lucy Lawless. Yeah. They're galloping. They're galloping. I remember that was like a Friends bit. Joey and Chandler would watch Xena, and they would watch Baywatch too. What a bit. Yeah. So hopefully that'll come out. You know, or we'll get a little some. I think
Something.
that could also be where we see Ashoka. Like we might not see her in Mandalorian.
I
we
bet
might
you
see
she's
her
going to
in-
end up with her own character,
that.
or her own spinoff.
Yeah. And so now we get to the weird shit, which
Yeah.
is the stuff that even I had no fucking idea what they were
Yeah.
talking about. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm kind of a fucking Star Wars guy.
Who the hell is Cade Skywalker?
And when they said they were going to make a show with Cade or that they're
They're
talking
talking.
about making a show with Cade Skywalker, it's like, guys, pump the brakes.
It's
You gotta. That's Star Wars' fucking problem, really. It's this the whole problem with Lucasfilms. Like they can't decide whether they want to exist in the fucking past, present, or future.
yes.
It's like pick your fucking Christmas ghost and fucking go with it, okay? If we're gonna, you just literally spent, I don't know, trillions of fucking dollars establishing a canon in the future universe. Why are we going to the like days of future past of things that didn't even happen now? Like, it just doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, Dirk looked up. Do you know anything about this, Dirk? Dirk sometimes, most of the time, is a little better researched or
Literally had no fucking
Than
clue
I
what
am,
you were
you know?
talking about either. I was like, Cade? Because I was like, I know that Luke's got kids with Mara Jade, for sure. And then, like, Shadows of the Empire. And then you get to the Yuuzhan Vong, and that's when it starts getting a little fuzzy in the whole Star Wars canon.
yeah.
Because then you get to, like, the glove of Darth Vader, and, like, that's where a lot of those Emperor fucking Palpatine clones and shit came from, like, in the canon, quote unquote. Like, what people don't like about the new movies, like the shit where they rehashed a bunch of old crap and brought it back because people are scared of things that are new and unfamiliar to them. That
You've heard what they're doing, right?
that they're like retconning the film and they're
They're going back-
gonna mulligan it.
I think because of what they've been doing with the Snyder cut. Now they're gonna go back, and I heard that the Last Jedi is getting a remake. It's gonna, and there's another cut. It's gonna be like 3 or 3.5 hours long of the Last
told
Jedi.
everyone. I said it.
There's quote, they're setting a precedent doing
It's a
this.
slippery fucking
Yes.
slope. I said it. I
The-
was like, once you give them permission to like undo their mistakes, then they don't even have to
Yeah.
make good movies anymore, because you don't have to get it right the first time. You can use a movie as like a fucking beta test
Yeah,
for
that's
the
what
real
it is.
for the real movie that you want to make,
Yeah,
and you can still rake in like millions of dollars from fucking suckers that'll go watch a
I'll watch it all. They could do 3 remakes, and
I
I would
mean,
watch
yeah,
every single one of them.
for sure.
And that's what they're doing. And there's supposed to be scenes with. There's supposed to be scenes with Hayden Christensen.
Right.
He's supposed to go back in and overdub some.
He
some
was really
stuff.
the guy that he didn't get a fair shake at all of this. It's
Ye-
like, bro, you guys made 3 more fucking movies and didn't get me in at all. You got everybody else. Every other one of the characters in the fucking universe gets a little cameo. Even fucking Jar Jar Binks is popping in, and I don't get anything. Hayden Christensen got a raw fucking deal.
I think that motherfucker should go over and be in Star Trek.
That would be
honestly,
hilarious.
That would be a great FU to everybody. He was a captain.
He really didn't do anything else. Like after he did Life as a House with Chris Klein,
Oh yeah, I
which was
remember
actually pretty good.
Mhm.
And then like,
Well, there's supposed to be some explanations.
how expensive
I
can he be? Why isn't he the voice?
I don't
Why
know.
isn't he the voice on the Clone Wars? Like what? Like
Yeah.
why did he get cut out so hard? Is what I want to know, because like he was supposed to be the face of the fucking franchise for those 3 films. You know what I mean? And he was
Yeah.
like action figures and comic books and video games and all that shit. And then they just like, okay, cool, you're done, and we're gonna keep using your character,
because he's terrible.
but not you. Because if you look, it's like, goddamn, y'all got room for a 84-year-old Harrison Ford. You have room for a 97-year-old Carrie Fisher, and I'm like 35, and you guys can't squeeze me in. And they're like, nah, man, sorry, you didn't make the cut.
Well, from what I understand, they're supposed to explain how Luke learned to force project, and it's supposed to be like Anakin's ghost is going to go back and
Like, guide him.
teach Luke how to do this, and along with some other stuff. So, and we're supposed to see some worlds that were talked about being
Yeah,
included.
he's not the only
and-
bad actor in the Star Wars universe, though, Phil. Because a lot of other shitty actors made the cut. I don't know if you know that.
Phil, I hate sand.
It gets everywhere. Did I ever tell you about my fun sand people interaction?
No.
I was talking passively out of context with a friend about
yeah.
Star Wars.
You did tell me about this.
And a girl came up to me and was like, "You can't say that." And I was like, "Can't say what?" And she said, "You said sand people are fucking terrifying." And I was like, "Yeah, they are." Because I had no idea what she meant.
I'm surprised that doesn't happen more
Yeah.
often. Actually, I'm super surprised.
She
that
tried to
doesn't
call
happen.
him out for being racist, saying
Yeah,
some racist shit.
saying I
It's
was
so,
racist 'cause
so
I said-
funny, dude.
Because I said sand people are fucking terrifying. They're the scariest creatures in Star Wars for sure.
Dude,
If you were like, fight a bantha, I'd be like, whatever. Fight a wampa, don't care, let's go. Fight a pack of Tusken Raiders, and you're like, okay, that's a lot.
When we were all me and some friends were making jokes about like,
Classic bit.
hey, what's your O face? And like,
Baka chaka-la!
and I went, mine is, and yeah, that was a hit at the party. I'll tell you.
Man, so yeah, she walks up to me and she gets all fucking ignorant with me, and then halfway through her fucking screaming at me, I realize what she's talking about, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to end this woman's whole fucking career. And I just turned very calmly to her, and I was like, yeah, we were talking about Star Wars, the Tusken Raiders, also known as colloquially the Sand People. And she was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, fucking eat it, nerd. You suck. You really can't call people Tusken Raiders.
Yeah.
It's not PC.
It is not cool.
Not cool.
That also sounds like what Washington is going to change their football team to.
Yeah, the Washington Tusken Raiders.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious. I honestly, I think they should just stick with Washington football team because it's fucking hilarious to me. when you see the fucking score of a game and it's like football team 35, the Colts, the Colts 7, and you're like, what?
Oh, that's
it's
hilarious.
Fucking brilliant. I fucking love it. I absolutely love it. The Washington football team. What's your favorite football team? Oh, the football team. That's the one I like. For me.
That's my favorite.
That's what I'd pick.
Yeah, that's a total thumb in the eye.
I kind of want a little bit of merch, to be honest. I would wear a Washington football team hat.
Is that temporary, or are they saying they're going to change it? Or
they're playing the fucking season with it. So
there you go.
I mean, I feel like that's how all football logos got that way anyway. They're like, one guy was like, hey, we're the Cowboys now. And you're like, okay, cool. And then you play like 2 games, and it's like, well, they're the fucking Cowboys now because that's what they said. And that was in 1912.
It's more like simulation.
Is that like bands?
Proof.
Like bands, you play 2 shows, and that's your name?
That's your name now. Yep. You guys are Fire in the City.
Local TBA.
Of the sky. The Washington Ball Touchers. That's totally works.
Special guests.
They do touch the ball.
TBA.
Yeah, local TBA.
Oh, local. My band was called Free because we got middle billing on every flyer because you can't put free at the top or the bottom of a flyer for a show.
Oh, that's genius.
Yeah, I thought that was really slick.
That's super good.
They eventually got to the point where they were putting in parentheses like the band known as Free because the show is $5.
That's dirty pool, man.
Yeah, but you got to get out there, man. If you're out there trying to do it, you know, you got to play the game. What else? This is the best part. We get to bitch about motherfucker.
People, we were talking about people.
Who cancels the canceler?
Picking on
That's what I want to know.
Bill Burr last week. We're like, you're not gonna mess with Bill Burr, dude. Bill Burr's awesome.
Do we need a section? We need a segment that's like, leave him alone.
Canceled.
Fuck you.
Called canceled.
Now everybody's
We'll start our segment.
Chris fucking Pratt's ass.
Canceled.
Of all the people you're gonna fuck with the nicest dude in Hollywood. Everybody has. I've never seen anybody that knows or has acted with or worked with this guy say a single unkind word about him.
No,
it's always fucking idiots on the internet that have never met this person that have these strong opinions about their morals and about their beliefs and all the people that they're gonna vote for. They're gonna vote for the people.
He speaking of sand, but he kind of stepped in it a little bit. He made jokes.
Well, not really. No, he didn't.
I mean, he did.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
I don't believe that shit.
He's got a new show, and there's a People's Choice.
It's not a show. It's a
new movie
Onward.
coming out,
and it was great.
Yeah. Well,
I really liked it.
He wanted people to vote for them in the People's Choice Awards, and he made a joke about, hey, this upcoming election,
vote for the People's
choice, and he was.
It's tongue in cheek. It was a bit. He's doing a fucking bit.
I know, but
people's
panties are way in a bunch right now. So it's like it was a bad call, I think, on his. I mean,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think he's gonna roll right through it because it's one of those things where it's like you can say somebody sucks or somebody's a bad person all day long. Eventually, somebody's gonna ask you to back that up. And you're going to have to go, ooh, I can't. My butthole's really tight because I lied this whole time. Because I really, my answer is a bunch of people on the internet said so. And that's your fucking, that's your textbook document. That's your fucking verification.
That guy's known for being a smartass.
He's also known for being a legend, like a nice dude.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like, he's got to say, it's like if oh, geez.
I mean, I get it. Bill Cosby turned out to be a piece of shit, all right? But we don't have
Ryan Reynolds, if he were to make a tongue-in-cheek joke.
Right.
Like,
you just take it in stride.
I can't believe, both of those guys are the same way, though.
Right.
They're like that. They're smartasses.
Well, and so another thing is that I think that people are reading between the lines too much because like he wasn't invited to do the whole fucking vote for Biden Avengers Assemble bullshit that they did today. And so him not being there and him being a Christian and him being like an American, like a patriot, paints this picture for people to like draw their own conclusions about this man that they don't know anything about.
Yeah.
And that's super fucked up because it's like, this guy got kids and a family, and he's actually probably a pretty decent fucking fella. And these people are out here just trying to fucking ramrod him for no reason.
Well, Robert Downey Jr.
Everybody came to his defense.
Yeah, what did he say?
But we've already had to play this game. That's the problem, is that James Gunn already went through this fucking gauntlet.
Yeah.
He's the one who's already been canceled and brought back for something that happened 15 fucking years ago, completely out of context, and didn't actually have any effect on anyone. He didn't actually offend anyone. If you do something to a person, that's one thing. To offend an idea is just ludicrous. Like, what is this fucking universe? This isn't the Spanish fucking Inquisition. We're not able to just say, like, he spoke ill against the doctrine, he must be punished.
Nobody
like
sees that coming.
Right. Nobody suspects the Spanish Inquisition. But now we have the fucking Twitter Inquisition where it's like, oh, he didn't tweet enough about politics, so he must be a Trump supporter. And it's like, what? Maybe you just take yourself too fucking seriously, Anne Hathaway or whoever the fuck said that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever actors didn't come flying to his fucking aid.
I looked it up. He said that neither one of the candidates really
but people
did it for him.
People
blew his
are
skirt
fucking
up or whatever.
People are more nuanced than the internet.
Right.
I voted for a Democrat in 2016.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do this time.
Yeah.
But other people, he said he voted for Obama or he donated money to the Obama campaign in like 2012, and everybody has real people change their minds all the fucking time. I change my mind about 1,000 times a goddamn day.
Yeah.
And so it's like this black and white world that we live in on the internet is just bullshit. It's
canceled.
It's not real. It's fake. It's pretend.
Yeah.
So yes, a bunch of pretend world people are mad at a real world actor for having millions and millions of dollars in fans and then not having it, which is cool. That's great.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to suffer from this at all.
I've always been, ever since beginning of Ritalin Kids, like anytime anybody ever asked me about my political view,
it's none of your fucking business.
That's what I would tell. That's what I still tell people that. And I was like, look, man, I'm just a dumb musician. Like, go do your research and make up your own mind. Like for me, and other bands, they use their draw, their power, whatever, to influence. It's totally cool. I back it, totally, you know. Sure. But like for me personally, I've always done that. I don't think you should crucify somebody for not wanting to pick a side publicly.
I'm not anyone important. I'm literally just some guy screaming about comic books on the internet. Like, there is no universe where what my opinion of any topic, other than the ones we discuss in this show, have any fucking like weight on you. Like, it doesn't mean shit to you. Like, my private life, it's, you know, it's like if I go home, I talked about it earlier. It's like if I go home and I jerk off and it's not on a Zoom call, it's nobody's fucking business. It's nobody's fucking business. Whether I go up, down, back, forward, two hands, ski, all of that, my fucking business, not yours. Let's get canceled tonight. Episode 17.
Canceled.
Bada bang. And then I think I don't think Chris Pratt's going to sweat a single fucking drop from this, to be honest.
No, 2 weeks from now.
You also have too many big fucking stars coming out and being like, nah, dude, fuck you. Chris Pratt's the shit. Like Robert Downey Jr., Chris Gunn, or James Gunn. You got all the other Avengers, fucking other Chris, the one that the people liked. Hemsworth and what's Captain America's name?
Evans.
Chris Evans. All of them have come out and said, like, he's actually badass. Like, you're stupid. And so, but that's the problem with this, is that
that's the problem with the internet.
There is no real source. There's no actual source of the outrage. It's some anonymous, like, Vespine gas cloud of internet where it's not an actual unified person. You can't confront a person and say, why did you say these things about Chris Pratt? Did he actually do anything to you? Because it isn't a real person. No. It's some fucking cloud mind, fucking like some fucking data brain that exists only in this false reality.
Which goes to my anger with like reviews and all this stuff. Like, one person will say something like, you know what, blah, 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 that's totally inaccurate or blah, and then everyone just reads the comment and be like, yeah, I'm going to be a shithead too. And it takes off from there. You know what I mean? Like people don't think for themselves. They see somebody that says something.
Too. Very good point, Underlying Chaos. Mark Ruffalo even came out and said, leave Chris Pratt alone. He ain't ever hurt nobody. And it's like, poor guys, he's probably the only Christian in Hollywood. I'll bet you a fucking dollar. And I'm not one of those. Like, that's not my bag. But
aren't you a double Mormon?
I am twice removed. But he has a target on his back for being different.
Yeah.
And in this world of inclusion and fucking all this fucking equality and blah 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 that we preach about, some guy that's actually does something. He donates a shit ton of money to charities. He visits fucking children's hospitals. The guy's a fucking saint. And because he's different than you, you've got a bunch of fucking bad things to say about him, and you want to ruin his fucking life, and that's not cool. And fuck you.
I think it gets clicks too. Everybody's like, hey, who are we gonna shit on this week?
Well,
and
it goes back to that thing where it's just some anonymous cloud.
Yeah.
It's like the fucking, what's that Michael Crichton book about the goddamn? It's like a swarm of nanobots that ruin the world. I think it's called Swarm, maybe. But yeah, that's what it feels like. Where it's like, these might not even be real people that are generating these clicks and likes. They might literally just be fucking bots.
Data farms. And
dude, have you ever watched bots argue back and forth in somebody's comments on Instagram? Because I've seen it.
No.
They keep commenting. They comment back and forth to each other. They like try to outbot each other.
That's some genius programming.
Yeah, it is. It's very
Genius
impressive. But it's like, hey, I show sexy pics on my website. Come check it out. And then the comment below that'll be like, I post funny cat videos on my website. Come check it out. And then it's like, okay, if you come check out my cool titty pics, I'll come check out your cat bot. But what's your email address? And it's like, oh, I don't give out my email address. How about you give me your phone number? And it's just like, it's literally like the fucking, there's a Key and Peele sketch where there's two con artists trying to con each other.
Yeah.
Big man, big man, big man, the biggest of men. And he's like, this is actually a Chuck E. Cheese token. This is not a real currency. And he's like, yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me give you this. This is my identification. Yeah, that is a Pokemon card. That is not your actual ID. It's really good. Check out Key and Peele.
I'll check it out.
Key and Peele. Chris Pratt. He is invincible.
Yeah,
Can't be killed.
I think Toobin's probably the best thing that happened to him this week.
A lot of interaction up here. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man.
What
else we got up
a
here?
bunch of real pals.
A lot of good crosstalk actually.
Yeah.
About Ryan Reynolds versus Chris Pratt as a in the Lantern Corps.
Chris Pratt would have been a decent Green Lantern.
I think he could play Guy Gardner, actually.
That's more along the lines of what I was thinking. Not Hal Jordan, but another Lantern, for sure. I also thought he'd be a good Flash, like a Barry Allen, like a Wally West.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, like a Wally West Flash. Like came out of the dimension, like, because remember, I think maybe Barry. I think Barry's lost in the Speed Force for like 22 fucking years. Comes out during Flashpoint, and you're like, huh, and he's back, and like, imagine that's Chris Pratt. And because what I always picture Flash, I think the perfect Flash is somebody trying to explain something to you that you don't understand very fast. Like that's the role that you're trying to fit. Like you don't have a lot of time. You speak 5 times faster than the average human, and you're trying to deliver an insurmountable amount of information in a very short period, like a rapid burst. So like, imagine, just picture the scene. Flashpoint, Barry Allen comes back after being trapped in the Speed Force for 22 years. It's Chris Pratt in the Flash suit, and he's trying to tell you why, if Batman's parents don't die, the entire fucking planet falls to shit and everything explodes, and you have to keep Bruce from stopping himself from keeping him from making his parents die. And like, imagine Chris Pratt. Remember when he would get really excited as Andy in Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
And he would be like, hey, I also had a really good idea. Like, what if it was spaghetti? But it wasn't spaghetti, it was cookies. Like that, but way more technical jargon about the laws of time and space. I think that would be, he could do it.
Hey, Phil's got a
Who cares about some DC?
Who cares about some Phil?
Look, when
canceled.
it comes to movies, Marvel's got you beat. But when you're talking about actually writing good stories, DC's got it. I'm sorry, they write really adult. Okay, maybe Flash. You dudes compared them as though they were 6. Pratt is no Reynolds. Whoa.
Yeah, he said that before. He's driving. Chris is really trying to drive this home.
I just think that I think Reynolds has been afforded more opportunity to explore those types of roles than Pratt has.
And he's also already been two
Characters.
Yeah,
He's been Deadpool and Green Lantern, but Pratt only got to be Star-Lord, and then he was just shanghaied as Star-Lord for the next like fucking 6 years. So I feel like if you gave him another role, he could do it.
I think if Nathan Fillion was younger, he would be a good Green Lantern.
Fillion was my like first pick since I was a kid. Even David Boreanaz too. Don't fuck with me. From Bones, he's got the forehead. He's got the fucking like furrowed brow. He's very like he can be like he can be an angel. He can be like a stern, no nonsense, but he also kind of has a sense of humor. But he's kind of dark too. Like I think Boreanaz could do Hal Jordan. But the problem with
he would be good.
Problem with Green Lantern is that there's so many that deserve the limelight. No pun intended. But Hal is. He kind of is the linchpin to talking about any of them. You have to have a good Hal baseline to get into any of the other characters, and they just have never fucking gotten it right. Reynolds team. Fillion is the rich man's
Pratt.
That's harsh,
dude.
Also, I guarantee you. Well, now that fucking Suicide Squad's coming out, Fillion's actually getting a little work. But that's crazy. That's a bold statement. Nathan Fillion gets no work, and every show he's ever on gets canceled.
And he's badass.
He's great, but he's no Chris Pratt. He had 7 seasons of Parks and Rec, 5 of the biggest fucking Marvel movies of all time, and then Nathan Fillion was in Firefly, and that's the resume.
And what's the other show?
He did do Serenity.
Rookie.
No,
he's got
Rookie, but there's another show. There's his other show with the girl.
Bones?
No,
that's Boreanaz.
It's like Bones, but it's the other
Castle.
There it is.
Yeah, it's another one of those one-word answers.
He's cool, man. He does cool stuff like on Twitter and stuff where he lets his fans know he's going to be running around. Has like secret stuff to where he shows up places and does,
Fillion.
Really
Danelle makes a great point. Fillion is. Actually, I think Fillion's Hal Jordan in the DC animated universe. To be honest, I think he is the voice actor.
Oh, really?
For Jordan in the cartoons.
That's Danielle. Remember?
I remember.
Dr. Science.
She's got a different last name now.
Yes.
I'm pretty positive he's the Green Lantern, Hal Jordan Green Lantern in all of the animated stuff.
Yes, I married them actually.
Isn't he Steve Krampopoulos?
I don't even know.
On Rick and Morty, I think so. Michael Krampopoulos. Or Krampopoulos Michael? Yeah. I just love killing. Yeah, I think we're there. That's it, right? We didn't have anything else?
No, I think that's it, man.
You want to riff for 2.5 minutes?
Yeah, like we gotta...
We've been riffing for the past 4 minutes, but we're good.
Yeah. Hold on, I got an idea.
Uh-oh.
No. There he is. Hey, gang.
Hello, interwebs.
You're over here, so if you look there, you can see there.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
All right, Dustin. Yeah. What are we talking about now?
We gotta, since Chris Clink is all over this thing, we gotta throw a little shade on Ethan Hawke.
We were talking about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, does he look like Ethan Hawke?
No, he just loves Ethan Hawke.
No, he's an Ethan Hawke apologist.
What's Ethan Hawke's go-to role? Is it Memento? What's the one that you taught when
Gattaca. Gattaca's up there. There's so many good ones.
What's the one that you would be if you were trying?
Sunrise,
if you were trying to explain, if you were trying to tell me who Ethan Hawke was, what movie would you say?
I guess
What's the movie that you would think that I've seen?
You got to start with damn it, what's the 90s movie?
Is he in Sleepers?
No, the 90s movie, alternative 90s movie.
Oh, that's Guy Pearce.
Alternative 90s movie with Ben Winona Ryder. Come on,
Heathers?
Chris.
Oh, no. Reality Bites, man.
Reality Bites.
Yeah. He was in Reality Bites.
Start with Reality Bites.
Ben Stiller's like, what's your glitch?
Yeah, he's like the heel, and he's awesome. Ben Stiller's awesome in that.
Did you guys see that new Adam Sandler movie they put on Netflix?
Hubie
Halloween?
No.
It's pretty funny. It's like what it felt like to me was an homage to the Sandlerverse. Because it's got every cameo. I'm so surprised there was no Ghost Chris Farley. It was everybody but that. But I feel like we're at the point where it's I know it's still too soon. Guys, I know.
You could have a hologram Chris Farley at the big front of Wakanda. Oh wait,
no,
right next to the phone
different
booth.
episode.
Right next to the phone booth, you have a hologram.
But I
Chris,
feel like
it's
you
a
really
different...
could have done like a little. I don't know if anybody else saw the film, but it's got cameos from Happy Gilmore, from Billy Madison, from like every fucking movie.
Danielle says every Ethan Hawke movie she can think of is actually a Ewan McGregor movie.
Who's in Memento? Who am I thinking of?
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce. Okay.
Chris Klink was Johnny on the spot with that too. Guy Pearce also a really good character actor.
Dead Poet Society, Reality Bites.
Training Day.
Training
the guy
Day.
from Training Day.
Training
Yeah,
Day,
that's
yeah.
the answer I was looking for.
He's really good.
I didn't know you like to get wet.
He's actually Chris.
Have you ever had your pushed in?
Yeah.
Your shit pushed in?
Actually,
I'll just say
Ethan Hawke is really good in Dead Poet Society. People sleep on his character.
Oh, he's
actually in
great,
Dead
dude.
Poet Society.
Are you kidding?
I always think of the episode of Community where they make fun of Dead Poet Society.
Training Day is
yeah.
totally
Really good.
right.
Training
It's a good one.
Day, he's truly great in Training Day.
Yeah, Training Day is a brilliant movie.
So, Dustin, do you want to talk about Darth Vader?
How much
I
time?
don't think we have time.
How much time we got? We're at 101. We got like 5. I feel like we do like hour 7.
I feel
almost
like
every time.
Darth Vader, though, is the only complete character in Star Wars. Everybody else is like a flat, static character.
Yep.
And Darth Vader's
He's
actually
dimensional.
Darth Vader's the only one that's right.
Yeah,
from start to finish.
He is. He's multifaceted.
Yeah.
And all of the other characters, you're right, are very like straight line.
All the bad stuff he does for the right reasons. He's kind of like Mel Gibson's character on Payback.
It's like an anti-hero almost, where he's not really a villain per se, because he's not. His motivations are not evil.
Yeah, he's and this is evident by all of the like really terrible bad actors. When I say bad actors, I mean not the acting is bad. They're bad actors. Like if you're looking at from a political
Right. Like Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah.
He wants to
So,
destroy and control.
They don't even tell him that
What
Princess
he's really
Leia
up to.
is like his daughter and he like tortures her.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not even then. They could have said like, that's your daughter, man.
So he's like more of an instrument.
Dude, he's
like a Frankenstein
It's like
almost,
really
kind of.
gnarly. I kind of think all of the really gnarly twist movies are kind of like written off of him actually.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, when I was reading the like extended universe books from when I was a kid, those were always the best stories. Were like the lost tales of Darth Vader, or like there was one I remember that was like, for some reason the glove of Darth Vader would like grant you the ability to speak with his spirit, his Force ghost, and there were a bunch of like evil motherfuckers trying to find the glove of Darth Vader. And it was like
smell the glove.
But even the Force Unleashed video game, that was about Darth Vader having a secret apprentice.
Yeah.
To overthrow Palpatine.
Pretty righteous
which
apprentice. Star
also
Killer.
falls right in with the rule of 2.
Right.
Which is like really he does wind up becoming like the quintessential Sith in that moment. Where
I kind of feel like Palpatine's always been a bitch ass too, because he's never been able to like keep the rule of 2 going.
No.
There's always people like sneaking around behind.
I've got
him,
like another
breaking the rule of 2.
I've got a
and he's
Darth
like,
Maul.
Now listen to me. I'm blah 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 blah. You know.
Yeah, and I feel like when you grow up, you realize that the Sith are a lot more forgiving in ways than the Jedi are. Because the Sith really they don't say like restrain your emotions.
Dude.
They say be you, be emotional.
Don't get me started on the Jedi. They are a
suck.
bunch of like,
I thought they touched on that
terrible.
with the new film when Yoda says, he's like, they're just books, man.
Yeah.
It's really not as complicated, and it's not as legally binding as we made it out to be.
Yoda's complicit in the genocide of the galaxy.
For sure he is.
Yoda is definitely like a tuck tail and run like kind of guy. But the biggest monster I think in the entire story is maybe Obi-Wan Kenobi. And you have to give me some levity here. Lies to Luke. He's like, he should have been like, I killed your father. No, he like totally like, cons Luke into coming with him, and then knows that everybody's probably going to get, captured or whatever, lets him get killed in front of Darth Vader and kind of like cements that, aggression against Darth Vader.
Right. Where it's like you could have had a more understanding approach if you'd been honest with. But I have heard a theory
Super
that
gnarly.
Ben didn't know definitively that Vader was Anakin on Tatooine.
The
He finds it out when he gets to the Death Star.
no,
He feels
there's
him.
actually what is there's like some canon, I can't think
Because
of it
he
right
left when he
Right.
he saw him is missing 3 limbs on Mustafar.
but there's some canon where there's some canon that says see, this is the problem with Obi-Wan Kenobi too. If you read
It's all been a pack of lies.
extra books on it and stuff, Obi-Wan Kenobi never thought Darth Vader could be redeemable and is super surprised as a Force ghost when Darth Vader like redeems himself.
And that's really Anakin.
So fuck him.
Obi-Wan's real flaw was giving up on Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A dick.
I totally
What
can
a
vibe you
Mr.
there.
Steal Your Girl. Anakin, I'm taking your wife who's pregnant
Well, and
with your twins.
what's really-
Is that okay with you?
So
oh
he
no,
was
we have to fight to
blinded.
the death?
He's-
Well, I'll just slice you up and leave with your girl.
He's blinded by the doctrine of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Which is that there's no room for compassion if it isn't within the parameters of the
Right.
Jedi teachings.
Yeah.
That's the problem with that. Like, and it actually translates into real life. It's kind of
Yeah.
interesting that.
Yeah,
like,
when you're a little
it-
kid, you're an idealist and you're like, Jedi makes sense. They're the good guys. And then when you grow up, you're like, well, life's more complicated than
Yeah,
that.
when you've got the people that are supposed to make the rules of what's good,
Right.
and then you break their rules, suddenly,
Chris Pratt?
Yeah, hey, whatever. It's that's hilarious. But yeah, it's crazy to think about that. It's like all of a sudden, like you're ousted,
Yeah.
or and Qui-Gon was like that too.
Well,
they
yeah.
didn't like him because he was a wild card.
Well, and Qui-Gon, there's arguments that I've read online that Qui-Gon was really more on the path of the gray Jedi,
Mhm.
that he wasn't necessarily sold out to the Jedi order, that it was a means to an end.
I don't think he gave a shit about the Jedi. I think he only cared about the Force
Right.
and keeping the balance.
And
in the
that's what
Force.
the gray is
Yeah,
all about.
that's
It's
right.
about it's like there is no left and right. There is only whatever I'm dealing with right now
That's right.
and the appropriate level of force to apply to it.
He's more like a Musashi,
Right.
like Book of Five Rings, like samurai
Mhm.
type, where it's like there is no good and evil. There's just balance and the warrior path. So look up Miyamoto
Musashi. Didn't he beat a guy with a boat paddle? No, that was
Ah,
that was who's the other guy? Brave, the best. Wanted to be a caring father figure. Kenobi. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Well, and okay. So another thing is that Kenobi actually falls to the dark side a little bit, and he doesn't realize it. It's never called out because the resentment that he has for Anakin by by Qui-Gon taking him on as a second apprentice before finishing Obi-Wan's training. That's where that you almost could say that it's Obi-Wan's fault that any of this happened to Anakin, because if he had just embraced that, because if you remember the first Clone Wars movie, when they take Anakin, or he's not excited about that. He does not want that to happen.
Yeah.
He's on board with everybody else. Like, I don't think you should take another apprentice. You still haven't taught me everything. The council's definitely not going to let you do this. So I don't understand why we're taking him all the way back to fucking Coruscant so that they can tell you no.
And
Because I know that they're going to say no.
And another thing about Darth Vader, and I actually have a diatribe about it, but I think what's really cool about Darth Vader is it was always about a girl.
Right.
It was
was
about
love.
his mom.
Yeah.
He lost his mom, and then he had Padme, and his only weakness the whole time was the girl thing. And I think it comes in. I don't know if it was on purpose, but they kind of bleed that in with Ben. Ben Solo and that whole thing where he's like, I think they could have played that out more.
Do you guys
which would've been
think
a lot
that we'll leave on this? This will be the plot twist of the evening. Do you guys think that, as Star Wars nerds, do you think Jar Jar Binks was really supposed to be the bad guy of those movies, and that fucking George Lucas chickened out because it wouldn't sell action figures? Because that's what I heard. Was that Jar Jar Binks was meant to be like the reverse Yoda, where it's like, oh, I'm old and frail and I'm useless, but I'm actually just like a big dum-dum.
You mean like the Kaiser Sose?
Yes,
of
like a drunken master.
I was just gonna say the drunken
Drunken
master.
master.
Yeah.
And
I
there's
wish-
significant evidence online that would lean to that. The eyes are the same. He has the Sith eyes.
I really think that George Lucas was trying to Ewok it out and sell some sell some action,
But also,
and kind of bring
think
kids
about
in.
the one that got me was this.
He's also a closet racist.
When he
so,
shows Lucas,
yeah, probably.
Allegedly, when Jar Jar Binks shows up to Otogunga,
oh, these guys just happen to have Asian accents. This guy just happens to have a Jason.
the guards,
they're aliens.
the
They
guards
can't
don't
be-
treat him like he's the village idiot
Ooh, that's a great point.
who showed up and like isn't supposed to be here. They run off and get the fucking boss immediately. And they're
Yeah.
like, dude, Jar Jar Binks is here. What do we do? And he's like, I don't know. Let me talk to him. Because like if he was just some jackass
I
that was
never
like
noticed that.
that's like banished,
Yeah.
that fucking captain of the guard would have just been like, get the fuck out of here. You're banned. Like, you know you're not
Yeah.
supposed to be here. I'm gonna zap you with my stick if you don't get the fuck out of here.
My stick.
Yeah, exactly. But that wasn't the case. He literally like panics and freaks out and is like, stay right here. I'm going to get somebody smarter than me. And you're like, why? And then you also watch Jar Jar Binks like single-handedly fuck up like half the Droideka army with like bullshit moves. Like, ow, I tripped over a tank and it shot another
Yeah.
guy. And I fell into a droid and it zapped 3 droids. And then like, oh, this one stuck to my leg and I kicked my leg and the gun shoots and it kills 10 guys.
Yeah.
And you're just like, that is not. Then he bullshits his way into being a fucking senator?
Yeah.
Like, what?
He's
How?
He's Kaiser Sose. You're
100%.
right. You're fucking right.
100%.
You're a genius.
And now he's in control. And
George-
I've heard that he is Palpatine's master.
Ooh.
And that was the thing, was that he
Dude, if that
Oh,
happens,
snap.
he
if that
also
happens-
influences Anakin to fall for fucking Padme, even
Ooh.
though there's a giant age gap. But
No, she was nice boosh.
no,
man.
but there's a scene where he
that
says
that was what happened there.
Anakin says something like, she's too old for me though. And then Jar Jar Binks actually says like, no, she's not.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Go for it.
Bro, come on,
live your
bro.
live your truth.
Yeah, totally.
And it's like, yeah, you're gonna get everybody killed saying shit like that, Jar Jar
Yeah.
Binks. There's no way that you're just that thick and dumb. There's a motive.
Dude, you just fixed the
oh, and
whole...
he's the one who makes the motion in the Senate.
That's right.
That's
he is the one
true.
that gives
Dirk.
grants
Thanks, Danielle.
Dirk.
Emperor Palpatine the emergency powers.
You just retconned everything, bro. You're the person that fixed Lucas's...
George Lucas is gonna be
Complete-
standing outside my house
Yeah,
with a
totally.
fucking umbrella.
Him and Topher. Him and Topher are going to be like...
First,
Plaid shirt, big knife.
Yeah.
first he's gonna be outside of Dustin's for calling him racist.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's that? 112? We're there. 113. We fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
Another one in the can. Did we already tell everybody to beg everybody to like all of our goddamn?
No,
I said that to give emergency powers
Yes,
to the chancellor.
yes. No, we did not. So, also, guys, go vote. If you haven't voted,
Vote.
go vote.
Yep.
Yeah, it's time to do that.
make sure you
use your power. We all wish we had.
Unlimited power.
Yes, we all wish we had powers. We do have powers.
Yeah.
Vote.
Uh,
Vote. That was my
Next
PSA.
week we'll talk about. We've probably already gone into Mace Windu still being alive.
No, let's talk about it.
You really want to go?
Fuck it.
Do
All
it.
right. Mace
Do it,
Windu's
dude.
definitely not dead.
We got 6 viewers. We might as well.
100%, definitely for sure. Mace Windu didn't fucking die from getting blown out that fucking window. First of all, we've got concrete evidence of other Jedi falling from crazy heights when they were at power levels that were far below the rank of
Mhm.
Master. Luke Skywalker falls off Cloud City when he's like a fucking noob. He's like
Preach.
literally nobody with one hand gone.
Mhm.
And oh, what happened to Mace Windu? He got his fucking hand cut off and thrown out a big ass window. That's like textbook, you're not dead Star Wars. I mean, he's also
Thrown out a big ass window.
thrown out a big window. He's also one of the most powerful fucking Jedi to ever exist. He basically can use dark side powers and get away with it without like not having the influence of the dark side, because he did Form 7 training, I think, takes
Form
takes
7.
you to the fucking dark side and then like brings you back. And once you go there, you don't have to worry about the susceptibility of the dark side anymore. So I feel like a weakened Palpatine who had already been zapped into being ugly, like he had already like
Yeah.
counter attacked and like been deformed by the lightning.
People think he changed like to his true self, but the way the canon describes it in the books is he deflected the power back on him, and
onto him.
that's what...
Yeah, and it
That's
drew.
what- yeah.
Well, Force Lightning actually draws your life force.
Mhm.
Like he's absorbing when he does Force Lightning, and then you can see that a little bit when in Return of the Jedi, where he's kind of like getting more emboldened. The more he zaps Luke Skywalker with the lightning, he
Right.
gets more and more like Unlimited power. It's my favorite line from
Yeah,
the
I
whole
mean,
fucking movie.
I back you, Dirk. I feel like if you can bring back Darth Maul,
For sure. Cut in half,
cut
fell
in
down.
half.
Cut in half, fell down a big fucking thing.
Yeah,
Robot
Right?
legs.
yeah.
Comes back with robot legs,
I mean, he's in Rebels.
so it's fine.
I don't even think you should give Mace
Comes back twice.
Windu robot hands. You should just have two badass like purple lightsaber.
He just grafts the saber
like,
straight on. He has like the Wolverine from X-Force, where he has the stump hand
Yeah.
with the claw stuck on it.
Dude.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
What's
is it's-
Fonzie like?
So I think that for sure Mace Windu's definitely still fucking alive. There's a million Star Wars conspiracies though.
Mhm.
Especially with once you start going to those prequels, because the prequels open up so much shit. But the fucking Jar Jar Binks one, like I believe,
That's a good one.
That's a good one, man.
I believe it.
That's the only redeeming.
Because Lucas is a creature of habit too.
Mhm.
Like he does repeat the same things over and over.
Yeah.
And when you look at Yoda, we saw Yoda as this old, frail, speaks in riddles. Your first experience with him, he's a fucking psychopath on Dagobah eating fucking mushrooms.
I love
And
that.
then when you go back and see him at his actual peak, he is insane. He's flipping around and jumping off of
Mhm.
shit and kicking things. And that is a trope from like ancient mythology, the like old hermit Master Roshi,
Mhm.
another
Yeah,
perfect
there you go.
example, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm just some old normal lazy man, and then he goes, wah, fuck you. And so I feel like that was the big reveal for the third movie. And think about how much better that would have been.
Yeah.
You get this like fucking subplot twist at the very end that's like, actually, it was Misa. And you're like, whoa, what? And then he changes his voice. He's like, I don't fucking talk like that.
Yeah.
That's not me.
He shuts the door like, I didn't know you like to get wet.
Right. He's like, that's not how I talk, you fucking idiot. I've been running this shit since 7 years ago.
That's right.
I'm the one that made you fuck off with the girl. I'm the one that made Palpatine in charge. I did all of this, and now I'm going to kill you, and I'm going to go back to acting like an idiot, and no one's going to know I did it. And that was the scene. And you're like,
He's got a couple of like, what are those aliens with the little floppy
No,
things?
he's just gonna zip
the
her.
Twi'lek?
Yeah,
gonna
he's
zip
got
her
a
down.
couple of Twi'lek hose that are like hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's literally just like he's so bad. And like, imagine seeing Emperor Palpatine be like, what is thy bidding, my master?
Fuck yeah.
And it's fucking Jar Jar Binks. It gives me chills. And he's just like, I think it's about time for them to see who the real bad guy
Circling
is.
it back around, it's got to be Gary Oldman doing his
As
voice
Jar Jar Binks.
at the end. Yeah. Jar Jar Binks like Drexler on True Romance.
Now imagine this, that fine centerfold bitch.
He didn't
And
white
you're
boy
you.
day.
Blow. That movie's fucking great. Gary
That's the
Oldman
best.
gets away with everything
Gary
too.
Oldman's badass.
So good. He's really great.
All right, let's shut
think
this
we
bitch
fucking
down.
nailed
I think we nailed it. Let's get out
Thanks
of here.
for coming, guys. Look at all this interaction. You guys
yeah,
are great.
this was a fun one.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It's really-
Dustin, for stopping
Dustin,
Hey,
by.
man, thanks for having me.
Dustin
Yeah.
drop in. Dustin checks in. Huh?
Yeah.
That was a monkey movie. Not
Dunstan, yeah.
Dunstan checks in.
I'm also a chimpanzee with a bow tie.
I feel like that was, they really wanted to redo Every Which Way But Loose.
Oh God.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Yeah, me and I'm Clint Eastwood and I'm a monkey and we
Oh
were
my
going to
God.
fight as a tag team.
Can
Bye,
you-
everybody.
Can
Thank
you
you.
redo that movie with
All right,
Gina
guys.
Carano?
Right. With Gina Carano.
Yeah.
Her and a
She's-
chimpanzee.
Right.
It's not a chimp, it's a fucking orangutan.
Like, share, subscribe, do all this stuff.
Thank you.
Tell your friends. Thanks,
Let's
guys.
give it up for the real heroes here.
Yes. You
Thank you.
guys are the
You
real
guys are
heroes.
real.
It's easy
Come
to hang out.
on.
It's
you
really-
guys made
You're
it
the
fun.
real
This is it.
heroes.
Yeah. Let's just give it up for you. All right.
Subscribe. And
Subscribe. Oh, and that's how you do that.
Dude, I had not heard of it, Jar Jar Binks.